The last cup of coffee. The smell hit her first. Strong, dark roast with a hint of cinnamon, before the door had even closed behind her. Grace blinked against the soft light and looked around the tiny cafe. It was the kind of place that time forgot, with cracked tiles, jazz playing low, and mismatched chairs that made it feel like someone's living room. She hadn't been back in 10 years. Not since the morning she left without saying goodbye. Behind the counter, a woman in her late 60s wiped down mugs with a worn towel. Her silver hair was piled into a messy bun, and the same humming tune slipped out of her lips just like it always had. "Hi, Maggie," Grace said. Maggie looked up. For a second, her eyes searched the woman in front of her, the sharper cheekbones, the tired eyes, then recognition bloomed. "Well, I'll be damned." They stood frozen in the moment. Then Maggie moved first, setting the towel aside. "You look like you've walked a long way." "I have," Grace said. "And I don't just mean today." She took a seat at the counter, and Maggie poured a cup of coffee without asking. It was always the same with them. Dark roast, splash of cream, no sugar. 10 years ago, this cafe had been Grace's hiding place. At 17, she'd run from a house filled with shouting and silence, scraped together coins for coffee, and in exchange, Maggie gave her more than warmth. She gave her stability, a steady job washing dishes, a couch in the back room, someone who noticed if she didn't eat. No one else had, not really. And then one morning, Grace left. No note, no goodbye, just the deep shame of not feeling worthy of being cared for. Now, older, worn down but steadier, she had come back. Not to fix the past, just to face it. "I owed you a goodbye," she said after the first sip. Maggie raised a brow. "You didn't owe me anything, kid. But I'm glad you came." They talked. About everything. Grace told her about the bad job in Chicago, the worst relationship, the night she finally packed a bag and walked out. About the community center she volunteered at now, and how every girl she helped reminded her of herself. "You saved me," Grace said finally, tears in her eyes. Maggie shook her head. "I didn't save you. I just saw you. You saved yourself the moment you believed you could walk away." They sat in silence, each drinking from mismatched mugs. Then the bell above the door jingled. A girl, maybe 16, wet from the rain and hugging a backpack to her chest, stepped in. Her eyes darted around nervously. Grace watched as Maggie moved toward the girl, offered her a smile, then a seat, then a warm drink. She watched the girl hesitate, then accept. Same old cafe, same old magic. Grace reached into her purse, pulled out a crisp $100 bill, and tucked it under her mug. "For the next girl who needs a place to land," she whispered. Then she stood, nodded to Maggie, and stepped out into the rain, no longer running, no longer lost, just walking forward.